This is strictly football. This has zero to do with how tall you are, how much you weigh. This has nothing to do with the combine. This has everything to do with just the tape. How fast? This is literally just the tape.
So Miller Moss in the gun. Play action. Another quick toss, this time to Bell. Bell wrapped up pretty quickly there. A nice gain of about 7 yards.
That's 2 first downs where Miller Moss looks outside. He sees the cornerback bailing, finds Chris Bell for easy pickup.
He only had 60-plus carries. Play action for Moss. Again, plenty of time. Throws and complete. Connects again. This time to Chris Bell. Picks up the first down at the 35-yard line. A 12-yard gain.
Yeah, what's interesting there was a defender in the area. Again, Jaheim Ward right there. He just has to look across the field to find Chris Bell.
Official did signal first down by the far sideline, but they will call it short. Play action, Moss floats one sideline for Brown. Incomplete. Bell can't come up with it. Vito Tisdale Jr. in coverage. Good coverage there by the Colonels.
And typically here, offenses like Jeff Brom, they feel 2nd and 1 is an ability to take a shot. And Miller Moss just tried to give his playmaker Chris Bell a chance.
Jeff Brom told us they want to have him do some more of that to try to get him to work at the next level. He launches to the end zone, incomplete, and flags on the play. Vito Tisdale Jr. in coverage on Chris Bell.
Vito Tisdale got in trouble there. Unfortunately, he got there a little early than he should have. And what I want Vito Tisdale to see there is just to turn around and be able to make the play. Play through the hands if you're trailing.
Panarello in there at the fullback. Moss again to the boundary, this time to Chris Bell. He connects with Bell. And pushed out of bounds, has enough for a first down on that 4th down play. Oh, flag on the play.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 0, his first. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Chris Bell picks up the personal foul.
Yeah, one of the leaders on this offense, and it's not very uncharacteristic of him. That's not what you want to see from guys like Chris Bell.
I don't know. What did that look like?
Yeah, it wasn't much.
Maybe he said something. For Moss under center. Play action. Moss fires over the middle and connects there with Bell. Has it up for the first down as he gets down to the 22-yard line. 16-yard gain.
Yeah, I saw this play at practice yesterday. It's a simple bang 8 concept. Get the linebackers up because you show the flash fake a run.
Moss pulls, fires to the right side to Bell. Bell cutting back inside and taken down at the 7-yard line. 15-yard gain. So 223 is a career high in the first half. Moss wants it all for Meeks. Over the shoulder grab. No, it pops up and picked off by Vito Tisdale again. Tisdale on the move. Headed towards the sideline and out of bounds in Louisville territory.
James Madison against Weber State.
Trying to keep them in long yardage situations.
Underneath, that's complete. It'll set up a 3rd down. Chris Bell with his first catch.
Veteran, I was on the sideline. When he talks, the team listens. He is a bona fide leader. for the Dukes, and Anish and Andre.
Brom's doing it on somewhat of a one-year rental.
Moss, quick throw, almost picked. Elijah Culp read the route, and if he catches that, it's a walk-in pick six.
Can't blame that one on the elbow, Elijah. Not going to let you do it. But he sits down and right in front of Chris Bell, and now the defensive side.
19 plays, 33 yards for Louisville. Pressure coming. Moss on the run. Completes for a first down. It's Chris Bell.
He's got the size you like in a receiver, 6'2", about 220 pounds, and runs the defense off. He's going to come back on a little comeback route. The field, they'll move him around. He's not just one guy that's going to sit. They will move him.
Moss loads up. Lot of contact. No flag. Bell and the safety, Tyler Brown, got tangled.
I think they didn't throw the flag because both guys kind of made some contact, but a little stop and go. Bell's wrestling along.
Back in there.
It's a big third down here for Louisville.
12th play of the drive. Moss boots to his right. Stops. Throws. End zone. Incomplete. Jacob Thomas knocked it away from Chris Bell.
Thomas was there. Hendrick shows up in an angry way as well. Nice job by Bell to redirect and Thomas to get it out of there.
Thomas, one of the best safeties in the Sun Belt. Times Jeff Brom will go into the bag of tricks. Moss with time. They'll take the check down to Bell. It's a gain of about 8 on the play.
With a safety that's low. Take your eyes left and maybe take a shot.
Off play action. There's the shot. He wants Bell. Incomplete. Covered well by Cole.
You had Jacob Thomas playing so low in the box that there's no way he could get back outside and help on a receiver like Chris Bell. Safety's down. That time it was Tyler Brown.
Moss under pressure. Throws on the run. Incomplete. It's 4th down. Culp in coverage on Bell.
The outside edges. Brown has enough speed to get there. So certainly Watson does.
Moss over the middle. Wide open Chris Bell. Can he take it to the house? Oh, yes, he can.
Does a nice job of waiting for Chris Bell to get into the second window, standing in against pressure. Nice job by Bell to house the thing, and then Miller Moss.
His best last year, only 29 rushing yards today. Moss loads up. Incomplete. Bell couldn't quite hold on with Barksdale in coverage.
Barksdale mentioned earlier, he's not that big at 5'9", but they are not afraid to put him in coverage against the other team's best receiver. And that would be Chris Bell for Louisville.
Bell has a 64-yard touchdown today, 4 catches, 83 yards.
Looked like Moss turned the wrong way, or one of them turned the wrong way, and that play was a disaster. Now we get late flags.
Pass interference. Offense number 15. 15-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And the call's going to go against Antonio Meeks as he was tangled up with Lorfels.
Correction. The foul is on number 0.
Yeah, so
that was Chris Bell. Penalties for 155 yards, and they've got a bunch of them today already. Lost the throw. Receiver needs to beat his defender. That's Bell inside the 20, finally wrapped up at the 17.
yeah, just soft coverage on the outside by Keon Washington, the transfer from West Virginia. One-on-one versus Chris Bell. That's a tall task. Chris Bell 0. That's Louisville's guy on the outside. Support their signal caller.
Moss looking to throw. Has a receiver dropped by Bell. Well, Chris Bell had it in his hands and couldn't squeeze it.
This is an accurate and on-time throw by Miller Moss, throwing it right behind the linebacker's head. Kind of felt like this might be a Chris Bell drive. Haven't called his name a lot.
Overs. Wanting to get off the field here without further damage. Bell still on his feet at the 46. Moss to throw. Bell, can he make one man miss? Cannot, but he's not easy to bring down either. First down.
This is nice timing by Miller Moss. He's going to get this ball out really early, well before Bell's out of his break, and it allows him to not only catch this ball in bounds, but try to do something with it afterwards.
Moss quickly. Bell. Ooh, takes a big hit and bounces off it. Holds on to the ball.
But they're going to want to see hook up all season long. Moss to
Time out
Bell,
on the field for a
accurate
defensive
throw,
injury.
puts it right on his chest, protecting his receiver. Big hit. You know, if that ball's above his face mask or down below his feet, that could have resulted in a big hit.
Moss to throw. Ball batted at the line of scrimmage, and now flags come in.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was tipped.
Out of ball, this would have been pass interference. Bowling Green gets a hand on that. Man, we've seen that a couple times today. If the backer's clear, slant route behind him, but man, those are congested throws.
Fake to Jennings. Moss rolls the pocket, looks for Bell, defended. Incomplete. We've got another marker down.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense number 10. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Yeah, a little flood route to the right-hand side. He's on the right-hand panel, matched up against Trayshawn Hurry.
After the dead ball infraction, here comes the pressure. Louisville able to protect, and the throw is high. Exploding this season. Duke Watson, the new Cardinals running back. Moss with a little bit of time through traffic, and a completed pass across the 20. Offensive play caller Jeff Brown reminding us this week our receivers have to be physical against what Pittsburgh represents. Part of that solution of this Pittsburgh defense is Chris Bell, who hasn't been 100% this year, will pick up another first down here.
Correct, but what I love about this play is that they had a running play before, so the reason why a play action can work and a pass like that can be effective is that you at least try to run the football, even if it's not for first down, to be a battle.
It's the catch of the millennium by Williams. Insane comeback in Tuscaloosa. Different story between the hedges. Georgia doesn't get Alabama in Athens. Third down and 9. Moss, dangerous throw, and it's caught off the carom. Chris Bell, and somehow, some way, the drive continues right through the hands of Rashad Battle.
Well, Chris Bell is a receiver that a lot of NFL scouts are excited about. He's number 2 on a lot of people's big boards, but this is part of the reason why, not just his size and his skill, but his concentration. He tries to knock the ball away so it's not intercepted, but he knocks it away, then he gets it back. That's a high level and elite level of focus.
Much more than meets the eye. Chris Bell, 6'2", 220-pound senior. And you can feel the inconsistencies in the passing game with Moss in town. Well, the scene looked like at T. Boone Pickens Stadium. Moss, back shoulder toss, and Bell twisting and turning down, able to collect it inbounds right in front of Harrison. Louisville on the move, 2nd and 10. Clean pocket, Moss with time across the middle and incomplete. Should have had it. It was contested with Chris Bell. It'll be 3rd and 10. Battle in coverage.
Yeah, great job by Battle, but this one bounces right off of Chris Bell's hands. I understand it's a little bit high, but if it hits you in the hands, that's one that you want to come down with. You're a next level NFL type receiver. Those are ones you got to get. Game, it's offense, it's defense, yes, but special teams matters.
Under 4 to go in the half. Moss wants to take a shot, and he will. Wide open is Chris Bell. It didn't take long. And here come the Cardinals. Ensues. Louisville cashes in. And after the mistake and the drop punt on the snap by Caleb Junko, Chris Bell into the end zone for the second time this year.
You see the 7-man protection, so 7 people blocking up. You only have 1 or 2 guys out in the route. Chris Bell is that one. He's one of the best receivers in college football.
After the timeout on 3rd and 2, Moss into the turf again. Well, Bell had a step.
Even if he can catch passes out of the backfield.
It means more passes for Miller Moss. 31 attempts in the first half, 1 to start the second, and a first down grab by Bell. Flow after that early pick 6. But you also realize that Pittsburgh's going to find a way to generate more pressure in this second half. Not this time to Chris Bell. He continues to have the hot hand for his quarterback. Transfer from Southern Cal and a gain of 20 yards.
And if you could just look at Miller Moss's eyes with me, that was a no-look pass. He had Isaac Brown out to the flat. His head is going to be towards the flat. He's going to use that to have that outside defender widen out. So that was a next-level type of play. He seemed to have completely gone away from the run.
And Duke Watson back on the field, giving it everything he has. That was not anticipated. Pittsburgh. Samacho, Roy Philpott, Taylor Davis. And here's Miller Moss off the back foot. Crosses body in traffic.
But now all of a sudden you saw him getting the ball in harm's way like he did early in the game. Jimmy Scott, number 44, with the great pressure, but you don't want to throw it back across your body. It's last play, so as he continues to grow with Jeff Brom, it should be better as the season goes along.
Clean snap again, Moss. Comeback route. About a yard shy of the line to gain for Chris Bell. Second and 12, Moss. Found a crease to Chris Bell. Bell powers his way ahead. That's going to be enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Chris Bell is 6'2", he's 220, so he's a big receiver with really good ball skills. And notice he's going to sit down right in the soft spot of the zone and use his size to get the first down.
The quarterback position, that's why he's here.
5th-year senior from Los Angeles with Isaac Brown alongside. Moss to the sideline for the first time, and he's got it complete to Chris Bell. Elliott, with a win today, they'd have nearly a 60% chance to get to the ACC title game. Fresh set of downs for Miller Moss, who floats one to Chris Bell. Stud senior wide receiver's got his second grab, working on Jordan Robinson for 16.
And no, your eyes did not fool you. That's right, Miller Moss came from where? Under center. And under center has helped him do what? Develop timing when it comes to these patterns to Chris Bell. It's given him the opportunity to let the route develop and get it to the outside.
Now, you saw the celebration there from Chris Bell. We had late flags come out, and that might be because of his celebration.
The play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 0, his first of the game towards ejection, 15-yard penalty. It will be 1st and 10.
For obvious reasons, that is an absolute no-no in all of athletics. Brandishing a weapon is automatics and make him look for something different post-snap. Showed blitz, but only bring 4. On the twist, Moss zings one. He's got it complete to Chris Bell. First down yardage across the middle.
Well, you can just body guys, too. And that's a body catch by Chris Bell. 6'2", 220 pounds. Look, like basketball season is starting, and watch how he just shields the defender. You put the ball in front and see that big body? That's an outstanding route by Bell. Just gets it to the ball where he needs to be, on point, and gets in front of that cornerback.
Brian Brown said, we need to get him the football. All passes on this drive. Moss again. Bell again. Past the 50. Donovan Platt wrapped him up in a fresh set of downs.
You go back to what you do, and this is what I call just a simple dice route. Everyone has a spacing route. And this is where I think Miller Moss really succeeds in this offense, is when everybody's able to find their spot and he's able to progress and look through the defense and find who is the open guy.
For the Cardinals here in this first quarter. Moss floats one sideline, and coming back to it, Chris Bell makes the catch. was working on Jordan Robinson, and it's a 27-yard pickup to set up 1st and goal.
What an adjustment by Chris Bell. He's running on the outside. Just watch the route. And you think he's going to go deep, but the awareness to realize that ball is going to be a little underthrown, and to be able to adjust and come back to the football and help your quarterback out, that's a nice job by Bell along the sideline.
So Louisville gets it back down by 7 with 7 to go in the first half. Moss has been busy. Back shoulder. Guess who again? Chris Bell working on Emmanuel Carnley for a 1st down.
But everybody else has definitely elevated their programs so far.
Miller Moss in rhythm. Outside 7th catch already for Chris Bell, who's already over 100 yards here in this first half.
By Manning.
Instead of a 1-word protection call at USC, he said it's 15-word play calls here in Louisville. Moss in rhythm on a crosser, got it to the edge. Bell again! Touchdown Cards! Chris Bell is cooking in this first half.
You got to find a ways to double team, but this time it's all everything linebacker Cam Robinson. He's right there. And just the ability of Bell and his run after catch.
Remember, Louisville gets the football to begin the second half as well. Moss on the stop to Chris Bell, who goes diving smartly for a 1st down to momentarily stop the clock. And you can't ground it because then you're dealing with a safety. But now 3rd down. Moss under pressure again from Rickard. Moss zings one toward the sideline, and that's incomplete. So 4th down coming up.
Special teams, and now he's got to sit out the rest of this one. That's a tough one on McDonald.
And better field position as well for Miller Moss. Crosser. Hey, there he is. Chris Bell goes spinning. Out past the 40. First touch of the second half comes at the very end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it only took 5 drives for him to finally get the football. And again, just a quick underneath route, get him in space.
Trevante Sylvester has come in at left tackle on this drive. Virginia backs off. Moss stands in. Back shoulder to Bell. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Grown man strength from Chris Bell.
Tough. Watch the left hand of Chris Bell. That's all he needed was 1. All he needed was 1. Some guys need 2. Chris Bell just needs 1. Already a career day for Bell. At that time, Donovan Platt, 28, draped all over him.
A field goal. Remember, they missed the field goal before halftime on a bad snap. Quick hitter. Chris Bell out shy of the 30. You guys for real after last week against the Knowles. From the 15. Moss toward Bell. Broken up by the former Louisville Cardinal, Devin Neal, intended for Bell.
Man, that's the 2nd time today Devin Neal's almost intercepted a pass. He's going to come top of the screen. Just watch late the left hand by Devin Neal. Just gets that left hand in there and doesn't allow Chris Bell to corral that football. A nice job by the safety over the top.
And you have to have a safety over the top with the way Bell's been in this game.
He has to be double teamed down here.
We've seen a bunch of different formations. Moss over the middle, complete, and a 1st down for Chris Bell. Not just the best receiver for Louisville, but one of the best in the country, 5th in the nation in receiving yards.
And so good here in space. He's just going to sit this down. He fills the zone coverage, and this is perfect for Chris Bell. He's going to find just enough, and again, that ball coming out in rhythm and fast.
But Louisville inside the 10 on 2nd and 6. Moss back in at quarterback. He'll throw over the middle. And a big hit inside the 5 on Chris Bell. He comes up about a yard short of the line to gain. Again, I think each play now we have to tell the audience how many quarterbacks are in the game. Moss, and it's Bell breaking free inside the 20, inside the 10. It's a Louisville touchdown. What a start on the road against number 2. The Cardinals lead at 13-0.
Well, Chris Bell's been one of the best wide receivers in the country the last couple of weeks. It's going to be man-to-man on Frederick. Just a shallow cross. Watch Frederick get bumped by his own linebacker as he's running across. All he needs is a step, and you see the playmaking ability with the ball in his hands as he strolls down the sidelines.
Already for Brown. He had 1173 last year. Off play action. Moss throws underneath. And Bell is into Miami territory, close to another first down. It is a gain of about 12, and they'll move the chains again. Seen 3 different quarterbacks in the game, sometimes at the same time. We've seen 2 different other players taking direct snaps as Brown makes a defender miss. What a juke, and gets the first down. And now a late flag is thrown back around the 43-yard line. Louisville starting to walk
Personal
backwards.
Foul, illegal blindside block. Offense number 0. 15-yard penalty. It's second down.
It's going to be on Chris Bell. Chris Bell is going to come in. He's going to get a piece of 11. David Blade Jr. I don't know about that. I called that illegal blindside. Matt Austin, do you agree with that call?
Well, I agree it's from the blind side, but I don't see much forcible contact.
Under duress so far in this game like he had in the previous 5 games played. And this time he's in trouble and almost throws a pick. That hit the leg of the receiver, Bell. Otherwise, it might have been picked off by Frederic.
Yeah, Chris Bell working that comeback and loses his footing. As you put it properly, Dave, as he's coming up off the ground, this ball is going to hit his leg. I don't know if it hit his leg. I think it just hit Frederic's arm. Due to players and a lot of quick game here in the first half.
Play action on first down and a strike to midfield. It's Chris Bell with another catch. That is his 5th. One of those grabs a touchdown in the first half.
Well, it's going to be a little RPO action. Watch them get the second-level linebacker up. And this is just man-to-man coverage outside. Tight window throw here from Miller Moss. And a great catch by Chris Bell.
But he grabbed the back of his left leg and hobbled off the field after he got tackled by Frederic.
Chris Bell, been one of the best receivers in college football. Coming into tonight, back-to-back ACC wide receiver of the week. And so far in this game, Miami has not had an answer for him. That is a very important hamstring he's tugging at here early on in this second half. Looked like one of his assistants. He was given an earful, but great news for Louisville fans and this team. Chris Bell, the outstanding wide receiver, back in this ball game
this year. Last year when he was at his best, he was hitting the hole hard and had almost 1,200 yards. Moss right at the sticks. It's a first down catch for Chris Bell.
The strength of Chris Bell jumped off the tape coming in, and you see it tonight. One-on-one outside. Just one-on-one. Xavier Lucas, the Wisconsin transfer, little comeback. You see the strong hands attacking the football.
Down through the air and a rushing score. And his team is in front late in the 3rd quarter. And he'll throw on first down. And Moss going to throw into coverage. There's a lot of contact. But no flag. Frederic all over Chris Bell. Second down.
Well, Frederic's had his issues all night. There's going to be hand-to-hand contact all the way down. Well, there's a lot of contact. They're hand fighting at the end. A little surprised that didn't draw a flag early on.
Miami bringing pressure. Moss over the middle to Brown, a first down. And Brown inside the 20. And Brown into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville. Chris Bell with his 2nd touchdown.
That are going to drop out. Perfectly placed football. Watch these linebackers bail. Here, and you're going to see this route come right in here. And Miller Moss is going to hit Chris Bell in stride. Then it's all Chris Bell after the catch. Makes the initial defender miss. And how about the speed by the big 220-pound wide receiver?
How will Miller Moss respond? He'll throw on first down. Underneath, it's Bell, and he's upended at the 32-yard line. Any sort of injury, they're sticking with Kewan Brown. On 2nd and 10, Moss throwing, and what a catch on the sideline by Bell. He got a foot down, and it's a first down for Louisville.
Chris Bell has answered the bell time and time again in this ball game. Great execution.
Moss unloads, almost picked off
Frederick. O.J. Frederick's been beat by Chris Bell a lot. Not this time on the important third down. Right in the hip pocket of Chris Bell. Undercuts this route. An outstanding pass breakup on a crucial third down.
Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. They throw it incomplete. Intended for Chris Bell. Louisville, despite the time of possession being slanted heavily in BC's favor, in good position here. Moss on the slant, complete to Chris Bell. Wait, but the ball, is it loose? Because Boston College is saying they have it. And they do! KP Price came up with it. Let's take another look at that.
It's a huge play right now.
The ruling on the field is a catch, fumbled, and recovered by Boston College. And that play is under further review.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever had possession fully in my eyes.
Let's see here.
It's
not secure.
He never secured it. He was trying to get it to that position to secure it. And he came off the elbow with the tackle.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's an incompletion.
After further review, it's an incomplete pass. The ball will be brought back to the previous spot, and it's second down.
After the Isaac Brown fumble. Moss under center, play action with time to the sideline, and it's caught by Chris Bell, who fell initially, got back up and able to snag it for the first down.
Chris Bell, he doesn't need much separation at the top of the routes. If you look at him throughout the course of the year, he wins all the time just in close combat.
Football action, 3rd and 4, big moment here in this one for Louisville. Moss drops back, and that one batted down. 2nd and 6 upcoming. And nice play there. Spinning out of trouble is Chris Bell to midfield.
And that is the difficulty that Chris Bell presents. You come up and you try to make a tackle on a strong runner like Chris Bell. He has a profile of a running back. 6'2", 220 frame. He's not easy to bring down. There's Boston College showing a little pressure of their own.
Moss to the outside, Chris Bell.
And so it's going to require you to play man-to-man.
See them crowding the line of scrimmage. Moss keeps, fires, connects to Bell. Inside the 30, a first down. And no better target to feed it to if you need a first down than 0.
Go to your guy. Go to your guy that you have a good relationship with, that you trust, that you know is going to be a for sure.
2 penalties on this drive for Louisville. They had 2 in the previously to that. Moss lets it rip. Too high for his intended target, Chris Bell. Carter Davis in coverage. The crowd wanted a flag there, but that ball was not catchable. 9:14 in the second half. Louisville has flipped the script on them. Can they do it to close it out here? Moss to the sideline, wide of the mark. Intended for Chris Bell. First catch of the game.
He came at the right time.
Back to the ground. And wrapped up is Isaac Brown. But a flag on the play. It looks to be Sedarius McConnell.
Offense, number 0. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Chris Bell. Upcoming. Here's the holding play.
Yeah,
and you see Chris Bell, yeah,
and slams him
on number 2.
Yeah.
Isaac Brown in the backfield, first throw by Miller Moss, and they put it into the hands of Chris Bell. Against Pitt, UVA, their only loss in overtime, then the win at Miami.
where he just put up fantastic numbers. That's just a 1-yard gain.
And Robinson, they've been key contributors for them this season.
Yes, they have. Third down. Moss steps into the throw, and what a tackle made, denying first-time yardage by Caleb Spencer. He is their leading tackler, the transfer from Miami.
He just reads the cue, sees the ball thrown, and makes an awesome tackle. Hit and drive for 5.
Louisville needs this first down.
Yeah, tight formation, looking for crosses across the field.
And they do pick up the first down. The always reliable Chris Bell.
Yeah, when in doubt, it's players, not plays. And you find him coming across the middle. You saw a tight formation. That means all the receivers are lined up inside the numbers.
Tonight at NC State, that's no layup.
Yeah, UVA is playing right now.
Yep, and that's a 4-point game. And a pitch and catch, and that's a good way to get it started. You find Bell right from the get-go, and that is a first down up to the 47-yard line.
Tech is all over the place, in his face every single play. And you mentioned the numbers for Brown. 52 on one play. At the 5, inside the 10. So far, they've been controlling the field position on special teams.
First down throw, and it starts the same way the last drive did, and that's a catch to Bell. Second down and 5. Miller Moss all day to throw. Catch made, and a first down up to the 41-yard line to his favorite target, Chris Bell. Try and halt the bleeding. And wide open was Bell, and Moss missed him. I mean, wide open between defenders. 2 different levels of defenders, and it looks like they're debating going for it here.
Yeah, he runs a nice fade on the outside there, and I will say he did see the safety in the corner of his eyes. Tommy, I'm not going to take that away. They took every single possible where they made sure that Drones kept the football.
Isaac Brown breaks it to the outside. He can fly and runs out of bounds, and a penalty flag comes in. I think we're going to get a hold on Louisville blocking for Brown. Louisville medical staff.
First down.
Decision today, but with it being a pain tolerance issue, wasn't in a good enough place to go.
All right, thank you, Stormy. Lots of news there, and not great news for either side. First pass of the game, Chris Bell, and it's first and goal, Louisville. Almost like a pistol formation, but Watson left the backfield. Moss across the middle. That's caught inside the 5 by Chris Bell and down to the 1.
Some pressure and play some man coverage.
It really does. It feels like the question of the whole game. They get Moss on the move. Moss is going to throw on the run. Incomplete.
I had a really enjoyable conversation with him yesterday. A very mature young man, a kid that just gets it.
And he hits his receiver, Chris Bell. Another catch for Bell, who's gone over 2,000 career yards with his first quarter performance here tonight. That's a gain of 10. We start the second quarter of this ACC game. Duke Watson in the backfield for the Cardinals. First and 10, and a pass deflected, knocked away, incomplete. That's Zeke Massis, who's become one of the best in the country at doing just that.
He is. He leads the ACC currently in passes defended. This is good on good outside. This is Bell and Zeke Massis, 2 guys that are going to play on Sundays at the next level. Going to be a ton of fun to watch who wins this one tonight.
This Cal program has a knack for finding defensive backs. One of the best programs in the country for that. Miller Moss throws along the sideline, and that one's knocked away. Wilcox was just saying our defense to get off the field on third down. And pressure picked up. Moss throws across the middle. That pass caught, and an open field tackle. He's going to be stopped short. Chris Bell, who's so hard to get down, he's about a half-yard short. This will be a decision here for Jeff Braun.
That's a really good open field tackle. Chris Bell, 6'2", 220 pounds, really strong, really powerful. He excels at running these shallow crosses.
And you see him with his call sheet. He is the head coach. He is the play caller for Louisville. On third down, Moss, and that one rejected, and this time he couldn't catch it on the deflection.
Defensive tackle to come scot-free. If this doesn't happen, Miller Moss is going to be able to hit Chris Bell for a slant, for sure for a first down, if not a touchdown, that they need to get back to tonight.
Cal folks told us they thought maybe this is the best offensive line they've gone up against this year. Moss across the middle completes that one. And the tackle, Chris Bell with the catch, brought down about a yard short, 3rd and 1 coming into this game.
And a lot of fight out of them right now.
No kidding. Little squib kick along the turf, and it's going to be pitched back by Louisville. And that will wind the clock down to 1 second remaining. Here for Cal. Got his hand on the ball. Now a quick hitter. Out into the right flat. Penalty flag thrown behind the play. Moss took a hit. The tackle a yard short of the first down. Let's see. Chris Bell, good catch and run. Was Moss hit late?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 19. The 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. Automatic first down.
And we'll see what happens down the stretch.
Miller Moss going to throw, and Bell dropped it. Chris Bell, their #1 playmaker, on a slant middle of the field, and he had a chance to make that play.
This season is a comma. The story for Clemson football continues.
On the slant, it's Chris Bell, one of the top receivers in college football. There's a flag down. They're rated to go pretty high in the NFL draft. This kid can play.
Personal foul, shot block, offense number 70 and number 53. Penalty being forced, half the distance to the goal, 2nd down.
Between the Garden Center, we get production out of Sammy Brown. We saw Tom Allen, who was with Penn State last year. How about that strike on the slant? Chris Bell rumbling all the way to the 38-yard line. And they say that is a catch. You imagine this guy was a backup 2 seasons ago, just kept working, got his body in shape, that sees the field. They bring the nickel blitz. Moss gets hit, looking for Bell. It's incomplete. Play him anywhere, over the slot, out wide. Just makes plays. Play action, there's the deep shot. It's Bell, catching stride, and pulled down near the pylon at the 1-yard line. I'm wondering if that was a horse collar by Hannafin, running Hannafin, the defensive back, on the tail end of this. But what a throw. That's a heck of a toss by Miller Moss. Maybe it was a jersey. I don't know, that started as horse collar and should have been. They may look at this to see if he got in.
Ruling on the field is a completed catch for a first down. That plays under further review.
But once the ball hits, it's out 2 anyways, right?
Correct. If he has control and he hasn't touched out of bounds, that's a touchdown.
I agree. Yep.
I
think he's losing it when it hits his knee, don't you,
I
Mark?
agree. I think his ball is losing it, and then I don't even believe the ball doesn't even. I'm not even sure if it even touches the pylon.
Yeah,
at this
I can't
point.
say that.
I can't. No, we do not have pylon cameras.
So the ruling on the field will be upheld.
The ruling on the field is upheld.
Yep,
Yes.
agreed.
Thanks, everyone.
232. And that is play number 52.
After further review, the ruling on the field will be upheld. It'll be 1st and goal.
I've become a big UFC fan. Still a big boxing fan. Over UFC, but I love the fights, man. Little bit of fight history in this town as Chris Bell hauls in a 7-yard catch, his 3rd of the game. Careful here too. You get a holding penalty in the end zone. That's a safety. And a throw. It's 3rd down and long. Moss finds Chris Bell. He's got a first down that momentarily stops the clock. Here's the other thing to remember. Get on it and clock it. Clock it right now, unless you have 2 plays called. Looks like they do. Moss finds Bell. That's going to keep the clock running. Dash their hopes, at least for the immediate future. Moss again over the middle, dropped. It's going to bring up 4th and 1, 8 seconds to go.
Braxton Jennings, a freshman out of Ashland, Kentucky.
Blazer High School in at running back again. Chris Bell escapes the first defender and the second. That's going to be enough for a first down into SMU territory. Well, that's one of the reasons Mel Kiper and NFL scouts love numeral 0, the elusive ability that he has after the catch. On 2nd and 10, second possession of this game. SMU with an early touchdown and advantage. Chris Bell leaps to make the grab. It'll be 3rd down from the 35. Duke Watson on the field at running back. Adams so far 18 passing and rushing yards. As a defense. On 3rd down and 6, Adams, and that throw high, looking for Chris Bell. Nearly picked off by Barnes. 15 yards. Let's see if that loosens up SMU's defense. Watson, the running back. Adams wants to throw it again. Goes deep again. And the pass is caught by Chris Bell. Penalty markers down deep in the backfield. Chris Bell, one of the top wideouts in the land, shows you why.
This is exactly why. One-on-one, Chris Bell is going to win. Point blank period. High points the football, accepts the contact.
Foul. Illegal hands to the face, defense, number 93. Half the distance to the goal, penalty added to the end of the play, automatic first down.
Set. Loaded box for the Mustangs defense. Jet sweep to Bell. He'll pick up the first down, and here comes a penalty marker. Flag back at the 43.
Holding, offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
What are they going to do at head coach for next year?
You know, that's a great question. We were out there for the Florida State game. Screen pass to Bell is quickly corralled. And I asked him, could Frank Wright potentially be back next year? And he said no. And
Moss swing pass on 1st down. Lacey lined up in the backfield. And he's close to a first down and has it. 3rd down and 21. And look how deep those safeties are for Miami. And just dumping it off to Lacey. And Lacey dives out of bounds.
The field, an easy dump down to move the chains.
Sideline throw by Moss. And pushed out of bounds.
And it's been negated for the most part this entire first half.
Clock starting on the snap. Swing pass. Isaac Brown. And he likes to stay in bounds.
They got safety help over the top.
One of those 4 catches was a touchdown. Instead, Louisville's going to keep it on the ground. And Brown breaking tackles. It's going to be 4th and 2. After his holding his left hamstring. That's the injury report from Taylor. And here's Brown on first down past the 10. Miami showing blitz. Brown running it. And he's past midfield and gets another first down.
Running this football, they had success running the ball. Isaac Brown not out there again.
Kewan Brown is the running back. He gets the carry. Cuts it upfield. Miami trying to rip the ball out.
The 7. Moss and company. Go back to the ground to Isaac Brown. He squirts through the hole. San Diego, California. So he picked on a Southern California kid, Miller Moss. He's from Southern California as well. They have 2 plays that have been big chunk explosive plays, one of 73 and one of 38. Kewan Brown back on the ground. And a short gain there. And good field position. They give it to Brown. Brown on the outside. He's got one man to beat. See you later. Touchdown.
This man can score in a hurry, but it's the blocking that sealed that edge for him.
They are impressive on offense.
We in Derby City, baby. Horses run fast. Isaac Brown putting the speed on display all night.
Yeah, Moss knew.
He's the type of runner you have to meet in the backfield.
And Colin Lacey, the Wildcat, snap here.
But you got to credit the Louisville defense for applying pressure to Grayson James. Finally, it took them a quarter to do so, but they found it. They haven't gotten him down just yet.
Ball is out. Isaac Brown lost it, but they'll say, currently they'll say down. Third in the nation in yards per game by average. High snap, they get it to Brown, and Brown hit. So despite the fumbles, you need his big playability. There he is, and there you see it.
Position, center field. He does a lot for this defense.
Sophomore from South Florida, American Heritage High School. A run up the middle there by Isaac Brown. First down. Kewan Brown.
Going to be a for sure catch.
High snap, they hand it off. Back to the ground is Kewan Brown. Tips, you don't see that every day. This has been a fun game. Brown burst through the hole, flag trails the play. Been busy, that's for sure. Isaac Brown back in there on the right hip of Moss. He gets the carry. You saw the hold on Sylvester. Sylvester had a great game last week at Miami. Tough call there. Brown weaving through traffic, burst through the hole, and tripped up at the 40-yard line. There by Isaac Brown.
And this Eagles defense, you have to make the tackle when you have the chance to wrap up.
The defense is stepping up. On the last 8 combined drives, we've had 5 turnovers. They need to get to the 20. Brown takes it.
Great team. You want to be that, you got to show it in these moments. Stay composed, close it out, and do what you need to do to come out here with a win.
And here's Isaac Brown. They give it to Brown, and why not? As he gets over the 200-yard mark. First catch of the game.
He came at the right time.
Back to the ground. And wrapped up is Isaac Brown. It looks to be Sedarius McConnell.
Offense, number 0. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Chris Bell coming. Here's the holding play.
Yeah,
and you see Chris Bell,
and slams him
on number 2.
Yeah.
It basically acted as a free timeout for Boston College. They hand it off again to Kewan Brown. Huge hole up the middle, and that'll do it. Touchdown.
That game's where? In Athens? That game is in Athens. Got to ride with the Bulldogs. Flag down is Kewan Brown. Wrapped up into one is Isaac Brown. Back to Watson. Been a change in the game. Off the high snap. To the 25. Clemson says the ball is out. And it's a turnover, and it's Tiger football. Off talk swirling the ACC in a state of chaos. Final 2 minutes, first half. A powerful run by Kewan Brown. What a run by Kewan Brown. 8 carries, 70 yards. They go right back to Brown, who busts out another first down run. Kewan Brown. Now it's an empty set for Miller Moss. There's a screen. It's Chris Hughes. Fighter, a showman. Yes. Louisville that they've shown at times, that's when you can drive the ball downfield. On the ground, another big hole. Kewan Brown. Pressure on 3rd and long. Here they Watson come. Goes wide. He gets it in space. Bounced back up. Disastrous turnover for Clemson. Louisville gets it back. And they get breathing room right away. Flag behind the play.
This is strictly football. This has 0 to do with how tall you are or this has nothing to do with the combine. This has everything to do with just the tape. How fast. This is literally just the tape.